are live. We are back.
Maybe you just said off the air.
All right. Just about live, too. Oh, woe is me. Good thing I typed it right. But, with that, players are, interestingly, in Korth, continuing their adventure. They were looking for the individual who is known as Brother Velvik. I believe as players were looking around
Sorry.
the
Did you say Brother Pelvic?
Ralvik,
Ralvik.
Ralvic.
Okay.
I believe that you had been at one of the other taverns when you had found out about Brother Ralvik. You were asking about when he would be back, and you were informed that he tends to be traveling around all of the taverns nearby. Specifically, you also know that there is a high possibility that he will be at the tavern that you are currently staying at.
Yep.
Is there any other information you'd like to add?
No, I think that about covers it.
Alright, so with that, you would be heading back towards the Mourner's Rest, unless there's anywhere else you'd like to go. With this, you are in a major city, so if there's any sort of shopping you'd like to do, any sorts of magical items you'd like to attempt to pick up, you can do that as well.
Okay, hold on. I have Phoenix Alias. Just give me a second to get that one. Alright, I'll put it in the chat. Or, sorry, I'll put it into the game chat too.
Alrighty.
Hey, Boston, I hate you.
Why? Why?
See, now I gotta see. Where is it? Right?
I'm honestly
Oh,
shocked. I'm
oh,
honestly shocked.
okay.
There's no. I'm honestly shocked. There's no like errant numbers in there.
I
G is
just...
silent. In his last name, the G's are silent.
You know, I actually gotta ask, like, what alphabet did you tap into for the, A? Like, is that a long A, short A? Like,
Find out when you pronounce it.
That is truly an inspired name. Inspired by what? I don't know. And I don't think I want to.
Yeah. Okay, so I would never have phonetically spelled that correctly. In fact, in my notes, you are Eustas. That's how it's gonna stay because I'm not putting that into my notes.
I mean,
Make it seem like I'm drunk.
Think some AI for that one. But there's one that the description is a cultural fusion of heritage.
Oh god,
Hmm.
the robots have gone too far.
Eustace McLoonwait?
Wait.
Am McLovin.
I gotta write this down.
On
Right.
that pretty glorious. You know, I'm actually going to reward you for this. I'm giving you an inspiration.
We're already
I
at 6, I
am
think.
not giving you an inspiration because you're already at max inspiration. So, I'm going to
You know
give you kudos and say if you would have used inspiration.
But you want to know the best part about this is if Levin was here, he'd pronounce it like it was normal text.
Yeah, he'd
Like,
probably
oh.
be correct. He'd be correcting you on your pronunciation.
He would be.
Well,
So are we to presume
that's
are we-
his alias?
Are we to presume that Levin is off doing his lone wolf shit while we're all meeting back up at the tavern?
Yep, Levin
whatever it
is
was
doing
pertaining.
Levin stuff. He has been attempting to find work at the guard tower anyway, so
Yep.
he will be coming into some gold using some of his downtime.
And DM, remind me, are we currently? We're not of the mind that Uncle Ram is in Korth, right? He's in the other city, or is he in Korth?
That's why we came here.
You are looking
he is
for
here.
information. You know that he was smuggled into Korth last. And I use the term
Right.
correctly, smuggled, because he did use criminal syndicate connections to get smuggled between the country lines, country boundaries.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So, where are we currently in this moment? Here
So-
now.
I'm going to ask you that. So I believe the last we had left off, you were just leaving one of the other taverns. I believe you were either in the Dust and the Blade or the Hollow Hearth. I forget which exactly
I
one.
think the Hollow Hearth sounds right.
Yeah.
So, with that, you would be either walking back to the Mourner's Rest, or you would be at the Mourner's Rest already. So I will leave that decision up to you and the party.
I guess we'd be there. Or are we... Mourner's Rest is the...
Where we have
Crypt
our
themed
logging.
one where, yeah,
Okay, right. Okay, so I would presume that we would probably want to keep things hush-hush until we get to our rooms.
Sure. Cyrus is basically heading back because that our last lead says the guy we're looking for is there.
Right. Remind me again, who's it we're looking for? Are we looking for a
I don't know.
connection to Ram? Are we looking for a connection to Ram, or is this actually Ram that we're presumably going to meet?
What?
You said that
I
we...
don't know.
I thought you said we have a lead that we're meeting over in,
Our lead for finding Brother Relvic. He moves around town.
Ah. So is this a matter of... I assume he is the closest thing we can get to getting to Ramos.
He
At this
seems
moment.
he apparently gets around, so he's most likely. He seems like the person most likely to have information about Ramos.
Would you know him if you saw him?
Brother Elvic?
Yeah.
No, we never met him.
So how are we supposed to know who he is when we see him? How are we supposed to find him? Or is it just a schedule
Well,
thing?
he is a frequent visitor of many a tavern, and frequent visitors are known to the bartenders. So we'll ask the bartender if they can let us know when he arrives.
You work the bartenders. I might be able to work some of the crafters, if any, attend to the bars. I have my clan crafter feature, origin thing, where I can talk to people.
Excellent. All right, then. We have a delegation of skills. And yeah, when she gets there, Cyrus will walk up to the bartender and is like, "Hello again, my good sir. We are back."
welcome back.
And you'll be happy to hear we didn't spend nearly as much coin as you may have feared at other establishments.
Well, that is quite lovely. I'm so glad you continue to peruse my wares and contribute to my establishment. How can I help you?
Now, we are interested in having a conversation with a gentleman known as Brother Relvic. And it has been brought to our attention is an occasional frequenter of this location. We don't know exactly who he is. Hoping you could let us know when he arrives so we could just chat with him. He seems
Yeah, I could probably let you know who he is, though tends to make a spectacle of himself.
so he might stand out just by showing up.
Indeed, because the first thing he does, after talking about how the world is coming to an end or something along those lines, is he asks for free drinks.
That
All
sound.
right, well-
Oh, sorry. I was gonna say I lean into Saris and I just say, "Free drink sounds like a way to get someone talking."
You know I'll talk
Yep.
for free, but I'll take a free drink.
Yes. Duly noted. Well, on that note, my understanding is he's not going to show up anytime today. We're outside the timing of his usual circuit. I think I will retire for the evening.
DM, what time is it right now?
I'm going to say that it is in the game. It'd be about late afternoon,
Hmm.
2, 3 o'clock.
Well, I will retire. I will retire for the day to my room then.
Gonna retire so early?
I like to enjoy the creature comforts of my room.
Well, I mean, if we're stuck here and we have nothing to do, we might as well entertain ourselves, right? Find something to.
Certainly. Do not let me stop you.
Here I thought Saris would be more fun in a city where. How like similar to where was it that we were earlier that Saris loves?
It is nothing like Sharn.
So it's not like a super dense populated city?
Oh, it's fairly densely populated, but it's not as cityscape. It's more spread out wide, whereas Sharn is vertical.
Vertical.
Right.
Sharn has tiers. This place is just. But from Ceres' point of view, this place is flat.
My kind of place.
There's like
Yeah,
no subterranean corners
There's
where
no-
the poor live.
there's
Falling
no
bodies.
depth to it.
Falling bodies.
I don't understand. I look to Fennec and I just say, I really don't get what the difference between it and why she sees such a difference between the cities. It's a densely populated area. You'd think that she'd be in heaven picking every pocket she sees.
It is Saris, after all. And she'll find something.
How loud are you all speaking?
It's Fennec.
Okay, got you.
I turn around, walk back
Do-
towards Fennec.
Do me a favor,
Cause I-
Fennec,
cause
before
I-
she does what she's gonna do, go ahead and give me a stealth check just to see how noticeable you are.
Me?
Love
Sorry,
that
so-
all you have to say is, I'm Fennec. It's Fennec.
Yes, stealth. I mean, you can purposely choose to fail the roll.
19.
Okay.
Wait, is Fennec rolling stealth? Or are we
Yeah.
all playing stealth?
No, just Fennec.
Okay.
I'm gonna say that not everybody is engaged in listening, but at least one ear perks up at the mention of the name Saris.
Is it hers?
Ceres pivots calmly, walks over to Fennec, and before he even gets to open his mouth to wonder what she's going to do, she clamps a hand over his mouth and starts to squeeze and looks him dead in the eye. I need you to understand what it is to keep cover right now. And she's whispering it kind of subvocally to him as she's slowly starting to like painfully crush his jaw. It is imperative that you do not use my name ever in this town again.
I'm
You
sorry,
will
what's your
never
name
wake up again. You can't speak right now. Your hand is clamped over your jaw.
I know, that's why I started grumbling.
Yeah. It's like, mm-hmm. Okay. I love how we're having an understanding in this.
Mm-hmm.
Good. I'm now going to return to my room. Please remember, discretion
What?
is a key asset here.
Sarah's alias?
What was that? I missed.
What was Sarah's alias?
Melrin Sunrunner.
Okay.
Oh, it was Jennifer.
And what
Melrin
was Gearfried's?
Fabian. Fabian?
Baby.
Fabian. Fabian. Fabian or Fabian, however you want to pronounce it. Fabian.
Fabian.
And what
Oh.
was Priest?
Anya.
And
I will
Levin?
say if Zarya is there, she just smacks
Flayn.
Phelan.
Fennec
Oh,
upside the head.
Flayn. Fuck, I can't even pronounce his last name. Sorry.
I thought it was Phelan or Phelan.
Yeah, it's Phelan.
Alien.
Phelan.
Alien. That was what it was.
I just want to make sure I had it written down so I didn't pull another Fennec.
Mm-hmm.
No, it's a character for him to forget.
It's
Not anymore.
I can only pull that so much, though.
And then Ceres will smile and walk back to her room.
Maybe we'll follow.
So Fennec will look at Gearfried. Okay, so after that little mishap, I think I came up with an alias.
All right, let's hear it.
Let's be quiet
Eustace
when we're
Mc-
talking about aliases.
McFluenweight. The G's are silent.
The G's are silent.
It on paper it looks like McFlugenweight, but the Eustace, this is where it gets tricky. It's pronounced Josh.
Ah.
It,
I have
Zarya
some
walks
concerns.
away.
I have some concerns.
I know, Saris was like really kind of tense back there. Or sorry, Melrin was very tense back there.
Yes, she was, and I would be careful to heed her words. This seems like the thing she's more serious about actually killing you for.
I know how to play it cool when I need to play it cool. It's the McFluenweight, he winks, way. My grandpappy, Baron Wilfrunkel the Moist, didn't survive to get his family name tarnished by the likes of me.
I'm just so fascinated by the lore that you've created for this false family. While Saris is doing that, is there anything either you or sorry, I'm doing it. I meant to say, what is sorry, how do you
Melrin.
pronounce the alias? Melrin?
Melrin.
While Melrin is doing that, do either of you two have anything pressing that you want to get to?
No.
Zarya's walked away, just flabbergasted by the name, following Saris.
Well, that seems like it's a waste of a day. But if you want to follow them, we could. Or if you'd rather, I recently you had wandered off earlier, but earlier today, I don't know if I've told you much about my upbringing, but my master used to always complain about this other artificer, big name in artifice, hosts a few schools apparently. One of them, I think the flagship school, is here, and they seemed rather uppity about the whole artifice thing. They seem really up their own asses.
Hmm.
Do you want to fuck with them?
You're just gonna see this grin creep across his face. And it's, yeah, he goes, well, it is the McFluenway family motto. Indignar ut ademar. He botches the last part, like trying to remember it. Be obnoxious that you may be heard.
Sounds like a family. I
While
can get
they're
behind.
sorry.
No, you're good.
While they're having this debate, Sarah's walking up to her room. Is like, so, I don't know if you want to go back and hang out with the boys downstairs or not. I'm going to do a little bit of scouting while they're busy, and she air quotes, napping in my room. I just didn't want them to see. But I don't think
Were you directing that
it
to?
would be melee.
No, I think I'll come along. Unless you think I'm going to be a hindrance.
Well, I'm not going to look like this when I go back downstairs, so I don't know that you can, because I'm going to use magic.
Okay, I could stay here.
You should find Bree/Anya and make sure she stays out of trouble. She strikes me as a potential troublemaker in this town.
You think?
I'm not going to cause trouble. Zarya walks up to this weird. It's like,
Sorry, damn it. Yes, well, excellent. Well, then you can keep each other out of trouble somehow. And I'll look back at Melee. And I will walk to my room, go inside, cast Disguise Self, make myself look like a young, like 19-year-old Gearfried human without fire hair, but with like dark brown hair instead. And maybe I'll give him a soul patch and some really big mutton lamb chops. And he will be dressed like not like a grease monkey artificer, but more like a bookworm. He'll have glasses on. And I will... Actually, does my room have a window?
Yes.
Am I on a second story?
Yes.
I'm gonna open my window and look around. Is there anyone out there would anyone see me leaving?
Give me a perception check.
Hmm. 13.
You notice that there is a lot of people out, and there aren't really alleyways around you. So, unless you did something to draw attention away, you can deduce that you'd probably be spotted.
Cool. After I cast Disguise Self, I cast Invisibility on myself. And, does it seem like I could jump to the other, like the adjoining building? Is it close enough that I could... Oh,
The
yes, it is.
building-
I have the boots of Springing and Striding.
The building is
can jump
close
30.
enough, but there isn't a window or anything to jump to.
Can I reach the roof if I can jump 30 feet?
I'm gonna say give me a strength athletics check, or yeah, give me a strength athletics check.
Well, the boots of striding and springing give me 30 feet of jump distance. So,
I'm gonna
If
say
it's-
yes, you would be able to make it to the roof.
okay. I mean, I'm still happy to roll but I'm just saying, in terms of distance, I have the distance. If there's I'm happy to roll for like angle of attack or whatever.
No, I'll allow it. Go ahead.
Okay.
You are able to make it to the adjoining roof.
I will walk across that roof, find a ledge, and help myself down, and go blend into the crowd.
Give
I'll
me
spend-
a stealth check, please.
Okay.
Very nice. You are able to blend into the crowd adequately.
And I'm going to try and find out if the Bormar clan has any agents in this town. And if not, find out who the controlling thieves guild is here, if any. That's what I'm going to spend my day doing.
Alrighty.
Is basically
I'm
learning about the criminal element.
I'm going to say, how do you want to approach finding anybody from the Bormar?
Very, very subtly. I mean, I know thieves can't, so basically head down into like the low. What? Try to find a part of town that looks less good,
Okay.
socioeconomically speaking.
Yep.
I'm guessing. Oh, that's paper. Wander around until I sort of like the quality of the buildings goes down quite a bit, and then just start asking a question like, who's in charge? Who keeps things? Who keeps the peace in this part of town?
Give me a persuasion check.
Who perhaps
I
is the
will.
lord of this slum?
Indeed.
The slum lord, if you will.
The only kind of lord I respect. Ooh, I would like to use a inspiration.
You
that.
certainly can.
There we go. 27.
As you continue to make your way to these more seedier districts, begin to question seedier shopkeepers, sketchy dude on the corner handing out the newspapers, and they seem to give you the brush off, mostly due to your nerdy facade.
Mm-hmm.
But after several hours, you come across one individual. You must be new around here, aren't you? The individual who responds back to you is a human, older male, looking at like a hedge witch.
Okay. It's like new to the real estate, but not the ambience.
The real estate is the most important. And you're going to see that his hand kind of thin and withering. It extends, waiting to be proffered with some sort of coin.
I will drop 5 silver in his hand.
And you're going to see the fingers, as if the bones of the skeleton were visible, clamp over the money. And how can I help you?
I'm just looking. I just want to, pray proper fealty to the master of the town and make sure I have their blessings to ply my trade, as it were. I don't want to step on anyone's toes. And if necessary, make sure I'm paying my taxes to the master of the back alleys and darkened places of town.
It depends more on where you want to place your allegiances. The biggest influence here is the Blood of Fall.
Mm-hmm.
Though, of course, you have the other districts or the other groups you would find throughout all of Colvare.
Okay. Interesting. So if I were to say take up a little light pickpocketing in town, I would need to secure permission from the Blood of Vol, is what I'm hearing.
Well, unless you have strong enough sway in the other syndicates that run the area.
Where are the territories of these other syndicates? Because I don't want to wander into the wrong place.
The Blood of Vol keeps them all in check.
Who's the second biggest, I guess?
You're going to see the hand extend once more, but it's empty. The odd part is you didn't actually see the hand go into the pocket, but you see that the coins are gone.
Yep. And she drops another 5 silver into their palm.
Once more, the hand is going to retract. The second most influential group would be second. The Dusk.
Of course.
And then
Well,
you would have the Boromar, of course.
it sounds like they don't have what I would imagine a very large or competitive territory relative to the other two.
Unfortunately not.
Okay.
The Boromar tend to operate more out of the docks.
Good to know. And where do the Dusk operate?
They have locations throughout Korth.
Okay, so the Boromar basically control the docks. The Dusk run the rest of the town and both basically pay tribute to the Blood of Vol? Am I understanding that correctly?
If I understand it correctly.
All right. You have been incredibly instructive. I do appreciate you taking the time to educate a tourist. She'll give him
Appreciate donations.
she'll give him just another silver for the pleasant conversation.
It is appreciated. And this time you're going to see the hand go to the pocket.
Mm-hmm.
This would be taking place over the course, as I said, you would have had to find the individual, so this would have been about 2, 3, 4 hours. Let's jump back to the others, and let's see what they're doing.
Cool.
So the rest of you, you were deciding what you were going to do. It's at about that point you would probably see Zarya, or excuse me, Anya and Jessica make their way to you guys. What would you like to do?
Honestly, I think Zarya's just down for the ride. She is gonna stick with Mei Li, just because bodyguard still. But honestly, she's down for whatever. I don't think she has any particular plans for anything in Gorf.
So how about you, Eustace and Fabian? Fabian. What would you like to do?
Yeah, let's see.
I believe we were potentially discussing ways to fuck with the Institute of what his name was that is escaping me right now. Stormkeeper, or was it Stormkeeper?
Fuckface.
I don't have his name in front of me at the moment, but we'll just call him your master's rival.
Yeah, hold on. I can probably should now. All right. Yeah, my master's rival has a school here, and my master is rather well. He hates the man. He complained about him almost every day of the week, because there was always some sort of gossip. Believe it or not, artificers are just incorrigible gossips. They like to talk shit about each other all the time, to each other and about each other. It's very toxic in the grand scheme of things. But he would constantly be going off about how much of a piece of shit this guy was, and honestly, the very notion that he has a school and is teaching multiple people would drive my master insane. So I think I might be able to score some brownie points by fucking with the people that run this place.
Say less. Let's go.
Excellent.
Maybe we shouldn't be making any trouble. What are you planning exactly?
Oh, nothing loud. Nothing loud.
What are you planning exactly?
Me?
A review.
That's adorable. You think I'm planning?
Okay, we're not starting shit. We're not doing shit. The most we will do is observe.
Fennec will look at Gearfried and he'll just do like one of those like thumb motions to Zarya. When did she become a square?
And we were being fucking hunted.
Oh, the Zarya I knew wasn't so boring.
Fennec, mind your manners. At her age, she needs to get to bed at this hour, I believe.
Okay, pardon me. How is it exactly me wanting to make sure we don't all fucking die by getting caught?
Where's the fun in that?
In a square. Staying alive, there's a fun.
Zarya,
It's very fun to stay alive.
Jessica, was it? I promise you,
Anya.
I'm very much aware of the situation we find ourselves in. I'm
Do you?
disguised. I do. I'm disguised. Fennec is disguised. I'm not planning on doing anything loud. I just want to subtly fuck with them. Feed them misinformation. Potentially indoctrinate one of them into a cult. That sort of thing.
No! Jeez. Fuck. Where is Levin when you need him? I mean, fuck.
Levin's not
Fabian.
here. Levin's not
He's
here,
with me.
therefore...
He's with your ability to get drunk. Non-existent right now. So let's go.
Okay, you know what? You two can go fuck yourself. I'm staying here mainly. If you both die, that's on you. I mean, fuck. No, I didn't say the name. That is pre-fucking up. That is not... That is pre-fucking up. Zarya would have her shit together.
That's okay. That's okay.
Would she?
If I use the wrong name, because I cannot remember names very well, it is never Zarya. Zarya will remember.
Well, that begs the question:
I am-
is Zarya good with names or bad with names?
Zarya is good with shit that needs to be important. And this is very important to her.
It's very important that you come with us.
No, I'm not supporting any of this, and if you get killed,
Let me
That's
hold
on
on.
you.
Let me rework my pitch. How about this?
no pitch.
You need to come
You
with
want to
us. So
fuck
that
around with shit? I'm not coming with you.
you need to come. You don't have to do anything. Okay? You don't have to do anything. The only thing you need to do is be there and bear witness so that when, Cogsworth over here and I inevitably fuck this up, you can say we didn't do it. We need a witness to lie for us.
That makes you think I would be believable. I am a new person in the city.
Because if you help us, I'll help you find a way that you can get.
I don't care about that right now. I care about making it out of here alive.
I've seen you almost put your fist through someone's face because they mentioned you can't get drunk. Come on.
I'm going to hurt both of you.
We've been through this
I
before.
think so.
You have to catch me. But we're not playing that game again. You're coming.
I grab you.
We're doing this again, aren't we?
I can catch you. Yes.
But you can't hold him.
I grab him. I grab him. What do I need to roll? I'm grabbing you.
That would be a either strength against dexterity or strength against strength. So you roll a strength, Zarya. Fennec, your choice between strength or dexterity.
Roll.
Can I do athletics?
I will allow it, yes.
Okay, good, because that's a +5 instead of a +1.
We're really doing this?
God damn it! Why do my dice hate me?
That was athletics?
Athletics or
Yes!
acrobatics? For Fennec.
My dice, goddamn.
It's
hate
kind of
me.
like shift to the side. Look, I told you. I'm not playing this again. Now, since I just beat you, technically, you're coming with.
No, I'm not. I'm not. I'm not yes-ending your bullshit. Time for fucking around is over.
Damn it,
We
I
can
don't
fuck
have
around
something.
when we're out.
Everybody give me a
Alright.
perception check, please.
I am saying all of this quietly. I can't say it quietly or else my mic won't pick it up, but she is being quiet about this, and I'll roll stealth if needed. Perception.
Both.
15.
Fuck, that's a 1.
Gearfrey, did you use
I'm
inspiration?
having...
Sorry, I was muted this whole time. Yes, I used inspiration.
Okay.
I'm also going to add a flash of genius to my 18 to make it a 23.
Gotcha. So
Do I have inspiration?
you can use an
We all do.
inspiration. Yes,
I think I want to because that one makes
That's
me
okay.
sad.
that's okay. You went from 6 to 3 in a span of an hour. I like it.
Okay. 18. There.
So-
better. She's very
23.
perceptive.
All of you would begin to notice that your conversation is now being watched. What was once one or two people eavesdropping in at the mention of the name drop, it now
name
seems like exactly. It now seems like 8 people are now kind of observing you guys.
I did say I'm willing to roll stealth for like keeping my voice low and subtle.
Yes, but
I
that's
can't do
just
that over the mic.
that's just you.
Great.
You have the others that may not be attempting to be subtle.
No.
I will have you know that I'm wearing my stealth armor right now.
Oh, I'm sorry. Does stealth armor cover your mouth too?
It emits a quieting field. I don't know.
Really? I was
Um,
gonna say, I would believe that.
So
I mean,
that's the-
I believe it does have a stealth field, but I don't think it. Well, actually, hold on. Let me double check that.
So
Then that
would
would be some all-purpose
would
armor.
people then just see? Would people just?
I
like,
think
silence. So like everyone just sees us like arguing in silence. That's more
I'm
noticeable.
I'm miming.
That's more
Um,
noticeable and
Hold
weird.
on, there you go. Armor model, infiltrator. Yeah, dampening field. You have advantage on dex stealth checks. If the armor normally imposes disadvantage on such checks, the advantage and disadvantage cancel each other out. So it's just normal.
So yep. So with that, yes, you may be quiet, but I guarantee you at least one other is not.
Great. We're so fucked already.
Don't worry, you'll all be dead.
Alright,
in a-
glancing around at that, Zarya will just whisper, "Shut up, you."
I will not be silenced.
Puts
Okay.
a hand on your shoulder. We are not
This again.
here. Okay. Do I need a roll?
Are you attempting to grapple him?
I'm not trying to grapple him. I'm just trying to put a hand on his shoulder.
So unless you're trying to grab him, I'm not going to require.
Okay.
Also, you're
Hand
going to be
on
drawing
shoulder.
a lot more attention to yourself because of how far you have to bend to put your hand on his shoulder.
Hand on the head, then. How's that?
If you want
How's
to
that?
to me, can try.
Oh, I thought he is. She just puts a hand on your head. What's up?
Is she seriously putting her hand? Like, am I seriously being used as a stool right now?
No, you're not. Takes the hand off the head.
Thank you.
I'm not
Okay,
coming with you.
So,
If you start shit, that's on you. I'm staying here.
all right. Well, you can go rest up like Merlin, and Cogsbrain and I will go.
I don't know where Cogsbrain came from. It's Fabian.
Fabio and I will go.
Close enough.
Mm-hmm. Zarya now wishes she could drink after that entire interaction. She's like one bad thing happening away from a full and complete meltdown because this entire situation is foobar to her. So bad.
Is she saying any of this out loud?
No, she just looks stressed.
All right. So as Fennec's walking away, he's going to snap his fingers and cast minor illusion and to create the illusion of a mug of ale in your hand.
Flip you off. Throw the illusion beer at you. Flip you off.
All right, Fabian, where are we going?
Well, I
Okay.
figured we could. And we're walking away, so if Zarya's not following.
No.
Give her time.
All right. So we're walking away. Gearfried, Cogfried is in his Strix form right now, since this is my Algai armor. And he's gonna kind of tap the chest, and Cogfried, or Strix as he's called right now, wakes up and perches and flies over onto your shoulder, Fennec. And
Okay.
Gearfried says, I am curious how exactly these people are going to react to something like a basic homunculus. I'm deeply concerned that this might actually be an establishment that is not actually teaching people anything, because it seems rather spread thin, and I would like to know that. Let my master know. I think he'll find great joy in knowing that he is at least more principled than whoever this storm killer guy is.
Okay.
And Gearfried is then going to tap as we approach the school, Gearfried's going to like tap a little portion of his armor and cast invisibility on himself.
As you are
And-
approaching the school, making your way through, you are going to find or pass by an individual who is holding up a sign which reads to something of the effect of, Caius III is nothing but a puppet. Control your fate. There's only one person at this protest, if you can call it that.
Are they wearing a sandwich board?
They are not wearing a sandwich board, but they do have a picket sign.
So
Oh,
close.
they're legit.
Don't make eye contact with him. It'll just encourage him. Keep walking.
What do you think that's about?
I assume it has something to do with the geopolitical climate currently going around in the world at the moment. King Caius III apparently is a puppet in that man's opinion, which, given the fact that we just
woman.
saw his vampiric granddaddy, I assume that might actually have some validity to it right now, but that is currently beyond the scope of what we are concerned with right now.
Okay, well, that explains then.
One small correction, it is a woman who's picketing. So, as you make it to the school,
I feel no more or less sympathy than I did before
I-
I knew who.
just felt it was worth the correction. As you make it
Because,
to
when we bring this up to the party,
We'll make sure to let Saris and Melee know that this was in fact a woman and not a man that was protesting.
there you
That'll be
go.
the important part.
It is. It's very important. I think the most important part is you walked away from the protest.
Well, I mean, religious stuff isn't exactly in the purview when it comes to the union policy that Fennec and I have drawn up and currently follow.
Fair. Alright, so as you get to the school, you would see that all of the students are actually working on their homunculuses. Homunculi? Homunculi.
Gearfried's just going to invisibly stand aside as he watches to see how Fennec is going to play it off. And Fennec, currently Cogfried is under orders to act as though he were your homunculus, so you can command him to do whatever, and I can cast touch-based spells through him. He also has a magic ring fixed to him that allows him to cast Vortex Warp.
okay.
So yeah, he's all yours. So Gearfried's just gonna watch and see what you do, presenting yourself as an artificer.
Now, quick clarifying question. When you're casting through, do you still have to use the verbal component?
If it has one, yes.
Okay.
But my armor is my my spellcasting focus, so I don't need any of the components.
Well, yes, but if it's still verbal, you would still have to say the spell to be able to cast.
Yeah.
That's the only thing that I want to check on. So whenever you cast a spell, if you're invisible, I will have you, if you're trying to avoid detection, roll a stealth check.
Right.
But, with that, sorry to interrupt, go ahead. It's a Fennec.
Gearfried's just
Okay.
walking beside Fennec into the school.
Alright. So Fennec will walk in.
You see everybody hard at work. They're working on their homunculi.
Fennec will just kind of walk around and he'll just kind of meander and just like, oh, very good. No, never would have thought of that. Creative.
What are you doing here, sir? Sir.
I am just observing.
Okay. For what purpose?
You know, he'll kind of like point to his shoulder. I've always had a thing for these things.
These things.
Yes.
Well,
I mean,
while Fennec is doing this, Gearfried is going to walk behind, and if this guy has a desk, Gearfried's going to start pilfering through the desk.
there is no desk in this room. Minus workbenches.
Is there a station that seems like it would be something of, like he'd place his things there? Anything that has a signature of like where this guy manages the place?
You would have like his like a bag that he would bring with him that's hung up at the door, but it's basically like a shop glass. What you're looking at right now.
I see. Then Gearfried is going to walk past and look kind of at him and assess what the situation's going on with the school. Like, are they the kind of school that cheaps out on the quality of the tools and shit, or are they a reputable institution? Is this guy,
Well,
is this more of a facade?
It also really depends. Like, are you that type of artificer that if somebody's using, and whether or not you know these companies, a Harbor Freight tool instead of a Snap-on tool, like, are you going to judge them? Like,
Not judging on
What type
on
of gatekeeping
preference.
level are we talking here?
I'm talking the type of gatekeeping that's like you always have to have the newest and best model of this or that tool, and it's like you can get it just done just as well if you just have a well kept, well used tool that is maintained.
Oh,
as
you're
it can be.
even worse. You're the old craftsman type.
You need to know your fundamentals.
Because they are exactly that. Fundamental. I got you. So, I'm going to say that, yeah, there are more newer tools than you're used to seeing.
Ugh. Gross. Okay, that will please the master. And Gearfried's going to silently walk around and get a close kind of observation. Like, what? Is there any signifier for like how long these students have been here? I'm trying to judge their skill level. Like, are they? Do they seem competent? Do they?
Based on the fact that you've only seen them in increments of like 2 to 5 minutes, there's not enough really to glean proficiency and skill level. You yourself are not a master to that level. Were you your master, he would probably be able to glean a sense of their abilities immediately. You are not there yet.
Fortunate.
Going back to Fennec. These things, by the way that you talk about the creations we make, this supposed hobby of yours, tells me that you don't understand the intricacies and the delicacies of what it really means to be an artificer.
Oh, that's what you guys are doing?
He's just gonna look at you with like a dumbfounded expression.
I apologize. I thought I walked into Intro to Artificing.
No, that would just be down Dunn's corner.
Oh, my mistake. Um, I feel like such a fool right now. I was under the impression this was for beginners, so I didn't want to just like come up in all the, the knowledge and all, I didn't want to belittle you. These homunculus that you're building are incredible. I take pride in the one up here on my shoulder.
You made that.
I did.
Well,
Isn't that right, Stitch?
please, and he's gonna clap. Everybody, attention. Because a real master is going to tell us just how he managed to wire and create his homunculi. So please, elaborate. Tell us the step-by-step procedure in which you used to create this. Oh, what did you
Okay.
refer to it as earlier? Thing, yes?
Yes. Question for the DM.
Yes.
Gearfried and Fennec spend a lot of time together. How
Okay.
much would he know about the workings and making of the homunculus?
You know parts inside spin?
That's it?
You've never really questioned or asked. He just sits on it and works, and
Okay.
you just kind of, it's like somebody who...
constructed at some point. I've definitely
Yes, but-
constructed it in front of you all.
The other part of that is also, he's usually A, doing other things, or... And
Right.
the other part is, it's like watching somebody build a car. Unless you actually ask what each and every piece is, you're not able to glean that information. So you don't have any technical know-how. So even if you knew how to explain it, you're basically going to be saying, yeah, I attached this thing into this circuitry thing. You don't have the technical jargon to actually be able to explain it, even if you were able to model it.
At the very least, he would know that it is powered by the jet crystal that we got from that one hall.
Yes.
Because I've made a point to bring that up a few times. There's a
Okay.
singular jet crystal in its forehead, that powers it.
Okay. So he'll start there. All right. Well, this particular homunculus is a little special. You see, up there in his little noggin, very, very... Would it be a unique feature?
Not necessarily unique. All homunculuses are powered by a crystal. It's just a very nice jet crystal because it's worth 100 gold.
Okay. This little guy is powered by a jet crystal.
You're going to hear a couple of, healers report.
Spared no expense on that. Now, okay, another DM question. Fennec spent a lot of his, we'll call it childhood, in a library.
Okay.
I won't say he became, he studied these things, but he more than likely would have come across a book on them to maybe start putting some of the jargon together to kind of just start blurting things that might make sense or he thinks make sense.
Go ahead and give me a history check. And I also want you to be honest with what are the odds that Fennec would have researched homunculi specifically to have this technical jargon.
He would not have researched it specifically, but just in reading through books, he finished this book. Let's pick up this one. Let's do that. It would be more of a. If I had to say and be honest, I'd say it was more skim.
I'm going to give you the choice of either a higher DC or a disadvantage.
Oh fuck. Since I already rolled the 17, I'm gonna go disadvantage. And roll it. So an 11.
No, a 16. Flash of genius.
Okay. 16.
Okay. You would be able to put on, with the information you'd have from skimming, you'd be able to impress layman's people, or, intro artificers. But you do
Okay.
not have the jargon to be able to discuss with people who are steeped and sound well educated. So with this one, I'm going to say go ahead and give me a persuasion check.
Persuasion. Okay. Ooh, okay. Hold.
I've only got one last flash of genius. Don't make me use it.
That's okay. Hold on. It's for the small. Okay. Persuasion. Fuck. I'm going to use an inspiration on that.
Okay.
And I'm going to go to this. Persuasion. Normal?
Yeah, just straight roll. You're using your advantage. You're using your...
Oh, God damn it. It's worse.
As you start
He's
speaking...
the worst high charisma character ever.
It works so well. As you start
does.
speaking, you use the language that you know how to explain. So whereas you're pointing to something, they're all looking at the technical name, and you're just calling it this rotation device. And you're trying to sound like you know what you're talking about, but you notice that there's snickers throughout the your captive audience. And after about 2 minutes, you are interrupted. What a wonderful presentation, and I'm so glad that we further our knowledge on these homunculus thingamajiggies.
The higher level thinking isn't for everybody.
Right you are, I couldn't have said it better myself.
Oh, you think I was referring to me?
I would hope so. I would hope you were.
I was not.
Well, I guess you aren't very capable of critical thinking then, now am I?
I have my moments, but I look at it this way. Knowledge like this to be able to build anything should few big words from books that they studied and just regurgitate. Keep it simple. It all comes down to simplicity. Take any form of math. Okay? Any type of number. No matter the equation, it all comes down to the basics of adding and subtracting. So why complicate things, which will discourage people? Keep it simple where everybody can understand it, and look, everybody thrives. But then it would take away the power of the higher one, the higher ups to be all hoity-toity, look at me. And he's going to kind of like mimic a higher up. Mockingly.
How do you convince people you know nothing on a subject?
I'm not sure, but I have a feeling, or I have a feeling you're about to enlighten me, aren't you?
Oh, yes, see, they could just go on and on about how everything is oppressing them. How we restrict knowledge because we require you to know what you're talking about. Yes, you're right. Having this. Hand me that spherical thing over there. And he's going to point to a tool with 7 to 12 different types of ball bearings. So we shouldn't have specific requirements or specific categories for that to make it easier to get what we need, should we? No, that's just us being hoity-toity. How
Yes.
dare I? And he's going to
Yeah,
mock, and he's going to feign over dramatically the woe of his imperialism
Mm. Yep, you nailed it.
Well, with this nice theatrical interlude, get back to work. You can have a nice day.
I am having a nice day right here.
Oh no, I meant you can have it somewhere else.
I like it right here.
If you continue to refuse to leave, I will summon a god.
So, well, I mean, I'm, the guard. Okay. Okay. Do you just kick everybody out that comes in and, isn't as smart as you?
Oh, no, you're not a paying customer. You're not a student here. So, you have no purpose here.
I get that a lot. I don't have purpose. What's tuition? Or is there like a workshop, a class, like, a one-off?
We're not accepting your enrollment.
My enrollment. I didn't even put in an application. How can you deny me?
I met you.
You met me. Oh, okay. So now we're profiling. I got it. I see.
You came in here, you insulted us vehemently, and then asked us how much tuition is.
You never dealt with assholes before?
Oh no, at about this point I call the girl and they can deal with the assholes.
Oh, you have to call your little friends? Is Gearfrey doing anything during this?
Yes, Gearfried is Gearfried as he's making fun of Fennec with the goblin thing. Gearfried would like everyone's watching them, correct?
Yes, except at this point one person is going to start leaving the building.
Before that person starts leaving, if Gearfried, since everyone's attention is there, Gearfried is going to fade back into visibility and cast Disguise Self on himself.
Okay.
And Gearfried is going to take the form of a very proper-looking shadow elf. Female, in official looking garb. And he is going to, in his best impression, say with as much authority as he can, he's going to say, "I've seen enough here," and try to bring as much attention to himself now as he can, disguised as this woman.
And you are dressed as a guard, right?
I'm not dressed as a guard. I am dressed as a Carnathian official, like a diplomat.
Go ahead and give me a deception check.
Oh boy. Deception. Boom. I'll take it. And you know what? I'll add my last flash of genius to that to make it 21.
Alrighty. Nothing, we're just getting rid of Rebel Rouser.
It seemed from where I stood that you took more issue with where this individual came from, based on some of your remarks. I'm with the Crown's Ministry. I'm with the Crown's Ministry of Education.
He's gonna look at you with just a smile on his face. I'm sorry. I didn't realize this was an elementary school.
It's not an
arrested.
It's not an elementary school. No, but there are policies you must uphold. And this one, and I'm pointing to Fennec, is one we use to bait out those who might be discriminatory against those who King Caius himself might find themselves lucky to have in his employ.
So then please tell me whatever I have infringed upon.
You will hear about that in the next 7 to 9 days. Once
Oh
we send
no,
forth
I have
our
a right to.
blood.
I have a right to understand what I'm being charged or what I'm being accused of.
You are not being accused or
I
charged
will
of
also
anything.
take my notice that is supposed to be given to me. That this was addressed.
You are not being accused or charged of anything. We are merely observing.
Oh, but you sent somebody into my school to bait me, which means that there had to have been some reason and somebody would have known this, yes?
No, it's routine. We are doing it all across the
Cool,
country.
I would like a copy of it.
You will receive it in 8 to 9 business days.
Go
This
ahead and
was
give me
an
another
unannounced-
deception check.
What's that?
Another deception check.
I was saying, Fennec was saying this was unannounced, which is why it's not written up.
Yeah, but you're all just talking bullshit. That's a ministry that doesn't exist.
Oh, I know.
Use inspiration.
Please do.
And you're literally talking to somebody who like knows the law. That's why he's pressing you on it. Go ahead and reroll.
Can I use the last inspiration?
You
See?
cannot. I don't know what type of scam you're running, but you can take your friend and get out of here before we call the cops.
Very well. You will hear from us in 8 to 9 business days. Let us go. And Gearfried's going to motion to Fennec to follow him urgently.
Alright, I feel like I was getting dumber on here. That's something. That's an accomplishment.
And with
This
that,
is
you are
not.
able to make
and
your
he's
way.
gonna. He's gonna like. He's gonna start walking, but he's gonna. This is not the last you've heard of Eustace McFlutely.
Gearfried's just going to keep pulling him.
Wait till my friend Talia hears about this.
You are going to see
Once
that
we're
as you look
once
back.
we're once we are out of sight, Gearfried is going to cast invisibility at 3rd level on both of us.
As you look back, you're going to see that they're not even paying you any mind once you vacate.
So, did you
Gearfried-
find
Gearfried
anything?
Gearfried is still casting invisibility at 3rd level.
Yep, that's okay.
Yes, I did actually. I found out that this man is all, or this at least this school is all image, no real substance.
Oh, how so?
It's the kind of place that prides itself on, having the latest and greatest when it comes to, all the aids in education. They don't focus on the fundamentals. Some of those students, by my eye, looked 2 or 3 years behind where they should be, at least where I was. I'm only 26. Some of those people eclipsed my age.
And you couldn't have used any of that back there?
What's that?
Fennec is saying you couldn't have used any of that back there?
Any of what? Any of
The
what was
information.
said?
Like what you just told him.
I mean, that's more of a, not necessarily a legal qualm, that's just more of an observation from the perspective of someone who appreciates the craft.
Oh, okay.
I don't think those students are really learning anything of substance. I figure they're just, getting them enough know-how to get them out of the school. It's a shame.
So I could have been enrolled.
Honestly, you probably could have excelled in that school. Seemed like a shithole.
Yeah, it smelled like one too.
Exactly. And we will go back to the rest house.
All right. As you are making your way back, you're going to pass the same protest site, but the person who was protesting is gone.
Hey, look, the woman who was protesting is no longer there.
Her sign
Huh.
is still there, though.
Maybe she went
We're
to the
still
bathroom.
invisible. We're still invisible. Gearfried's going to tap Fennec on the Gearfried. We've been like kind of like holding either arms or hands throughout this because we're both invisible. Gearfried's going to point out and be like, "Hey, look at this," and he's going to pull you towards the sign. Is there anything that looks like someone just like straight up disappeared this woman?
Go ahead and give me an investigation check.
Yeah, Fennec will help.
All right.
And also, Fennec is not holding your hand; he's on your shoulders,
Fair enough.
like a child.
I was gonna say, so he's not holding your hand; he's riding you. Gotcha.
18.
Wait, hold on. Fennec's helping.
Roll it with advantage.
Yeah,
He's
like,
riding you.
18.
18.
We're going with the 18.
You notice that the sign looks a little bit broken. It looks as if there's a little bit of blood from where it would have been ripped. But that's the only sign of struggle you see.
Man, she was protesting so hard, like she cut her hands.
More like someone. At least that's one way of perceiving this. If I may, I feel that this may have been more of a motivated assault based on certain ideologies, and Gearfried's going to kind of nudge the sign a little bit that says.
No, she just got a wicked paper cut.
Is this a wooden sign or is this a like paper sign?
Wooden sign.
Oh, splinter.
And no one's doing anything about this just garbage in the middle of the street.
Nobody's even looking at it.
Fennec is gonna not to be rude, but it's gonna come across as rude. Why is this our problem?
It's not really our problem, but I don't know. Gearfried's gonna kind of nudge the sign again. It looks like someone just got worked over, and it seems like a gentlemanly thing to do since a woman was protesting, not a man, just a woman.
So I'll just do it to entertain you. Do you, Gearfried? Look, the woman's gone. We should go find her.
Just love how anybody
I mean-
walking by is hearing disembodied voices calling out names.
Sorry, Fabian. A woman is gone. Oh no, we should make sure she's okay. Oh, where did she go?
Look, while I agree that it may not technically seem as though it is important, it seems that fate brought our attention to this sign for a reason. I suggest we entertain this thread. It doesn't seem that we're going to be doing anything else today.
I'm okay with
The idea that it was the fact that you were using the wrong names was the problem. Hilarious.
It's true. Should we go get Anya or the big square? That's it.
I mean,
that's her name, the big square. Let's go get the big square.
All right, might as well have our own little adventure while Ceres is, I imagine,
Doing something that's not
finding
napping.
probably assaulting some rich person and making them fear for their lives so that she can take all that they're worth and potentially seduce their heiress daughter who is both beautiful and wise. I've been reading Ceres' journal. Gearfried's gonna keep walking. None of that's true, by the way. Gearfried's just making a joke.
Oh, I was gonna say that summed her up nicely. Let's go get Square.
The square.
The Square. Oh, you know what we should do? Square Pants.
Square pants.
Square Pants. It just rolls off the tongue. Square Pants.
It doesn't sound very flattering. I'm going to take the liberty of being at least 8 feet away from you when you pitch that name to her.
Fair. I'll make sure. Yeah. I still got some magic juice flowing. I got a couple ways to, get out of her grip. All right, let's go get SquarePants.
Yeah, keep
As-
talking shit. One of these days, the dice will like me.
Yep, he's gonna talk shit until that happens.
Can you
And then
imagine?
he's
That's the
gonna-
only thing
then-
that's preventing me. The dice.
then
are
he's gonna
being
do it again
absolute
anyway.
garbage.
It's okay.
He always has. He always has something in his pocket.
So as this is all going on and you're making your way back to the tavern, Melvin, what are you doing? You've just met with your connection. You got all of this information. Are you going to go directly back to the tavern, or what would you like to do?
I mean, she is probably gonna, do a little light pickpocketing on the way over.
All right. So first, that's stealth, and then sleight of hand.
Okay. She is looking for a nice, well-to-do looking person. Nice clothes, fat coin purse, that sort of thing.
Yep.
Stealth? $27.
Okay, that's pretty good. Now go ahead and give me that sleight of hand check.
22.
Right. You are able to get your hands on about 5 gold pieces.
How many?
5.
Okay. She just pockets it. It's like, still got it.
And then you would start making your way back to the tavern. I'm going to say that you would get there just after the two who were rabble-rousing amongst the city would get back. So you would get back just after. So Fennec and Gearfried, you would make it back to the tavern. You would see Zarya. I'm assuming you'd be sitting within the tavern, or would you have taken Melee to the room?
I feel like we'd be at a table like positioned where the stairs are near, to like look like we're like guarding our boss while she's asleep. Maintain the cover. Because Saris went up to the room earlier, so and didn't come back down. So just kind of like doing our part to maintain the cover while also doing my other job of watching Melee and keeping an eye on any of those people who've been listening to us. I want to keep an eye on them. Make a note if they leave or if they continue to watch us. While also just thinking to myself, fuck, we are so fucked, we are so fucked, we are so fucked, we are so fucked.
No, not just yet. Well, I mean, hold on. There's still more for your character to find out. So with that, you would see as the doors open, you would see Levin and Gearfried and Fennec make their way in.
Has invisibility been dropped with them, or?
I'm assuming so, but invisibility also only lasts for about 10 minutes. So unless he wants to keep
An
running
hour.
spell
An hour.
slots.
Lasts for an hour.
Does it last for an hour? Okay.
It
Yeah.
is
Let me double check that.
a generous spell time. I don't know if they nerfed it in the newest editions, but in 5e it is 1 hour.
So we're still invisible.
Unless it's an hour walk to the bar.
I think it's up to you.
It wouldn't
I
take
would
an hour.
probably- I'd probably
Yeah.
keep it until we get into our rooms, so Gearfree can change back and do more of his like stealthy shit. So
Fennec
he has
is-
face covering.
Are they still in like contact, like Fennec and Gearfried, like with each other?
Yeah, you're on my shoulder still.
He's gonna like lean down, like like when a child to like look at the person carrying them.
Yeah.
Not that he can see you or you see him, but you're just gonna hear. If we're still invisible, we need to fuck with her.
Bad idea.
With- With Zarya?
Yeah. How could we not?
That's such a bad idea.
I would protest, but you did help me with my thing, so I suppose I'll return the favor. What are we doing?
Great question. What does she do? Well, hold on. What's she doing right now?
Sitting at a table, chilling with Mei Li, probably having like idle conversation.
All right. Is there anything on her? What is she carrying for a weapon?
Her fist.
What's on the table?
It's.
Um,
I don't even think she has
Mei-
a weapon.
Mei Li would have a drink.
Fennec's staying away from Melee because he would know it's him.
I do
Um,
have a
okay.
dagger and dart and quarterstaff. I don't think
Alright.
she like. I think those stay in her room, unless they're like planning to go out on an attack. Because most of the time she just uses her fists anyway.
Okay. So Fennec is going to use a sorcery point and hold on, let's find the thing. He is going to cast telekinesis on Zarya's chair. And
Casting a spell will drop invisibility.
Yeah.
even if it's subtle
Yes.
spell where he doesn't have to have any verbal or somatic.
Yeah, you're
It's
casting
the
a spell.
casting of the spell.
Oh, then never mind.
I hate to
Cast a
help in
spell
my
or
own
attacking.
thinking. You could invisibly get in, hide, and then cast the spell. Again, I hate to help you prank myself, but I'm nothing but a slave to the bit.
He actually, you know what? He's going to drop invisibility and walk up. Hello, ladies.
Okay, good. You're still alive.
I
Good to
am.
know.
And you missed out on a very good time. Could have punched
Alright.
somebody.
I'm not going to be getting into trouble unless our boss tells us to.
Earfried walked upstairs to get changed.
Okay, and now that Zarya has seen him and established him there, he's going to use subtle spell, cast telekinesis. So she won't see him say or do anything except stand there.
And what are you doing to the chair?
I'm lifting it straight up and just bringing it for a ride around the bar.
Oh shit. Okay. Fuck. Can I
Whoa.
logically deduce that he's doing this?
He's not saying a thing. You haven't seen his hands move.
Ultimately, you can have your suspicion, but there's no real evidence to support it. Now, the other part is, because this is about where Saris is going to walk in as Zarya is literally being floated
Oh.
around the bar.
She wouldn't walk in. She has to go back into the window that she exited.
Oh, excuse me. So I retract that. You would be jumping into the window, and as you're coming down the stairs after you change your form, you would be seeing Zarya being
Yep.
floated around.
From the top of the stairs, I will just cast Dispel Magic on Zarya.
Zarya, give me a Constitution saving throw.
Well, First of all,
This is just for see if she upchucks.
well, no, I have to roll something first because I believe telekinesis is a 5th level spell, and I can't cast Dispel Magic at a 5th level slot, so I actually have to roll my I have to roll a straight Wisdom check.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, it is a 5th level.
And I can add the spell slot level, so I can add 3 to whatever I roll. And if I can beat his DC, if I can beat 15 because it's a 5th level spell slot, I will dispel it. So whatever this is plus 3, and if it's 15 or higher, it ends. So second.
Part of me hopes you roll high.
I roll what I roll. 17? Oh wait, no, 14. That's just a 14. Because I baked in the 3.
Just unless you want to use an inspiration.
So
No.
wait, is it visible that you're doing this?
Probably.
I believe Dispel
From the top
Magic
of the
does
stairs.
have a verbal to it, so not seen would hear.
Would Fennec be able to see/hear her doing this?
Unless
You
she's
can
trying
only
to be
see her coming down.
unless she's trying to be subtle about it, you would probably hear the spell being cast. But you're
Okay.
also kind of
What?
telekinesis would be a concentration spell, yes? Because you're kind of
It is.
concentrating on something else, so you wouldn't really notice anything.
Okay.
You're
It is
preoccupied.
concentration. I was gonna say because if he heard her say it or see her do the spell as she does it, he was gonna end the spell.
No,
But because the chair is up in the air.
Yeah, and also all the attention is now on you, or rather on her.
Exactly.
Speaking of, Zarya, go ahead and give me a Constitution save.
Yeah, Zarya's just cursing as she's being floated around the room. Constitution saving throw?
Please and thank you.
Okay. God damn it! My fucking dice!
You feel yourself growing more and more nauseous as you're being hovered and spun around.
Nope. Fuck this. She gets off the chair, jumps off the chair.
As you land with a thud, you are going to see that all eyes of the tavern are on you, and by extension Maylee as well, because she was staying right across from you.
Shit. Funny prank, guys. Knock it off. We have a job to do.
What are you talking about?
Walk back over to my group. Shut up. Nice.
Fennec will look at me like, did you do something? I just got here. And she was floating. What'd I miss?
Okay, so that immediately confirms her suspicions to her, even without proof, I think. It's just like, it's so weird and random that immediately it sets off they were fucking with me or something to her, I feel like.
Well, yeah, you traveled with Fennec long enough to know that it's something that he would do.
Yeah.
He's an ironclad defense,
table.
though.
As Ceres approaches the table, she drops a hand on Fennec's head. Starts
Again with the head.
a little, applying pressure, just slowly.
What?
Squeezing.
Maylee, what? Why are you pushing down on me? I can only get so short.
What was my one instruction when I left?
To let you sleep.
It was to observe discretion.
Yeah, they
So,
said
Zarya-
fuck you to that rule
Wait,
immediately.
whoa. I feel like there's some, allegations being thrown at me here, and I've
starts
done.
to squeeze harder.
Ask Melee. I came in. I didn't say a word.
I think you mean. Fuck, what is her name? That's pre-forgetting.
Oh,
Jessica.
whatever Melee's name is. Sorry.
Yeah. You two
I assume he said
immediately went and wanted to fuck off and fuck with some teacher. Shit. Even when I told you, hey, maybe we shouldn't do that. Sounds
He's-
like a bad idea.
Read the room.
Yeah, so she's applying a lot of pressure now. She's starting to lift. She's just pulling up slightly to lift
Yeah.
Fennec just onto his tippy toes by his head.
Oh, okay, but can why all these? Oh, fuck off, guys.
This
All these
precious-
allegations. You can ask her. I came in, sat down with them, didn't even move from the table, didn't open my mouth, and I didn't do a thing.
Fennec,
That little gasp was me realizing you can stack the dice digitally.
Justice. I have traveled with you for a long time now. And you are almost pathologically incapable of not causing a scene, which I fear may become a detriment. Are you a liability to me here in this town? And she's squeezing harder, and she's starting to, she's going to slowly lift you just about an inch off the ground, so you're literally hanging by, she's basketball palming your head and holding you up just like an inch off the ground.
So, Fennec's demeanor is going to get a little more reeled in as she questions the liability piece. Because it's not the first time he's been questioned in the group. So it kind of struck the proverbial nerve. And he's just going to... He'll stay calm, but... I'm a liability.
Fennec, if you're gonna treat us like idiots, at least cast a spell to make us actual idiots.
And if I'm a liability, just say the words, and I'm gone.
I don't want you to be gone. I
want you-
want you to learn self-control.
And where's the
Well,
proof that I did anything?
Why are you hung up on the proof? You're the
Because
only
I'm
person
tired
in
of having allegations thrown at me with no proof.
Y-
Because
You're literally
everybody
the
assumes
only
it-
person. You are the only person in our group capable of doing such a thing.
because we come into a new place and apparently it's only in the group that people do things.
Can I?
No, it's Geoffrey also
want
went
to-
along with the plan.
I want
You're
to
being
find
very
out if
indignant
I'm not
about
here
the
for
thing
it.
that you actually
Bree
did.
does-
Hold on, one at a time.
Sorry.
I want to insight Fennec to find out if he's obfuscating the fact that he actually cast the spell.
Go ahead and give me an insight, and Fennec, go ahead and privately roll whatever check applies.
Clearly,
And you can roll it. You can roll it public as well. I think we all know what that you're going to be rolling.
I was gonna say, Fennec is being weirdly indignant of something he's actually doing.
Oh yeah. The tension is palpable.
So
it's a
It-
private room, so we can't see it.
it's one of those things where you You can't place your finger on it, but it's like you know that he's being less than honest, but you also taught him how to lie, in a sense. So it's one of those instances that you're not 100% sure and you don't know whether to be proud of him or not.
Why do you use your rampant ability for mischief on us?
Because if I use... I don't know, what mischief are you talking about?
Mm-hmm. She lowers him back to his feet.
And let's say
Right.
I hypothetically use my mischief abilities on other people. That usually gets us in a lot more trouble. And if I hypothetically use it on us, it's just a gag joke.
Is it? We're trying to be discreet in this town. A floating giant woman is not discreet.
Gearfried would probably be coming down the stairs by this point.
You what?
Gearfried would probably be coming down the stairs by this point, just rejoining the group. I'm changed in my we're in this false group with our aliases outfit now. I'm dressed as Fabian.
Yes.
Is there anything else you'd like to discuss?
Get it together.
Get what together?
God damn it, Fennec. I don't care what you want to do. I don't care that you're trying to sell the bit. I know it was you. I'm not an idiot. Stop trying to pretend to me. I am.
If that's what you want to believe.
That's what you do. The problem I'm finding really problematic at the moment is that you're indignant over a thing that only you can do. So the world's not full of wizards who can do this. I would be highly surprised to find anyone of your caliber of magic capability in this bar other than you.
Did you just compliment me?
I'm aware of your abilities. I'm not stupid.
I'll take it. Ah!
The only
Fabian!
problem with your
Over here.
abilities is regard to your personality.
I will add that one also went along with the plan.
That one what?
That one also went along with the plan. Pointing to Gearfried because I don't know how to pronounce that name, so
Fabian.
Fabian.
Whichever.
Fabian. Levin was Fabian.
No,
No.
he's Falion.
Fabian or Fabian.
Falion,
you can
that's
pronounce it
the
however
one.
you like.
That's
Okay,
right.
it's switched in the
Fabian.
okay, it's switched in the list, so that's why I was confused. It says Levin
Yeah.
is Fabian.
Foxtrot, Alpha, Bravo,
Indigo,
Orion,
Alpha,
Indigo.
Nancy.
There you go. NATO phonetic.
Yeah, I'll also point out that he helped in the plan. And look, I tried to tell both of you, we don't need to be fucking around out here. We are in danger. It's fine to go around and do your shenanigans and whatnot, but not now.
And just to highlight how much danger we're in, the entire criminal underworld of this town is held in check by the fucking blood of Vol. So, crime is controlled by crazy here. Maybe we don't rock the boat. Things that
Don't
draw
draw
attention
attention.
are bad.
Keep our heads down, do our job, get out. Right, boss?
Yes.
And I'm not a squitter for suggesting we lay low and not get murdered. Oh, who died?
I think we lost.
Oh no.
No!
We lost
Right.
Gearfried. Yeah, we lost Gearfried.
Alas, we knew him
Anyhow.
well.
Okay. So we're going to see that
Should we pause and
Gearfried
wait,
is
or-
going to head off to sleep. We are actually going to start wrapping it up here as well. Is there anything last minute left before the end of the session that you guys would like to do?
I mean, Cyrus will probably just enjoy a meal. Kind of take in the ambience. And try to figure out what she wants to ask Brother Relvik.
Zarya will check in with Fennec and ask, did anything bad happen while you were meeting that teacher? Anything we need to be worried about?
No. He was an ass. Apparently, they just buy high-end stuff and make it look like they're good, but it's nothing special. I could have excelled in the school.
Right, I mean, like, did you do anything that would bring attention to us?
No. Can't think of it.
Do I insight that, or do I take it as is?
That's a personal question.
Yeah, I think Zarya is suspicious enough that even if there is no reason to insight, she would anyway. She's paranoid.
Go ahead and insight.
In nature.
15.
And Fennec, go ahead and give me your roll.
Can I? Yeah, no, I'll leave it.
Alright, so with that, you would be able to notice that it's not necessarily that he's lying, it's just he's not telling everything. He's just got that expression of omission. Like he's
I was gonna say he hasn't lied. He did say that the guy was an ass. Gearfried did find certain things, so he hasn't lied.
Exactly.
I guess would it be more of a like in his opinion he didn't do anything that would cause attention?
Yeah, exactly. So it's like, you notice that he's not being completely honest, but
So-
it's also
Based on that description, would I be rolling perception?
I'm gonna say no. I'm gonna leave it as is.
I mean, they're the same modifier, but for technical.
If it's the same modifier, it would just be the same roll that would be used. You
Because,
get
I mean,
to, re-roll
I
it.
know it's like not a big thing, but the way she described, like how she described it is, he wouldn't see it that way. So he's not technically lying. So it's like, would it be a deception or would it be a persuasion?
No, omitting is a lie by omitting details because you didn't technically do anything, but you did cause a scene. So you're just omitting facts, which in itself is being dishonest.
Fair. Okay.
But the question
Are you
becomes,
sure?
does she want to call you out on it? Like directly, like,
Yeah,
yo. Which again, that depends on how you want to approach it.
Yeah, Zarya is just kind of like furrows her brows a little. Are you sure? Nothing happened? Nothing at all.
I mean, something always happens, but I don't think it was that big of a deal. We ran into an asshole. We got out of there.
And is this asshole likely to report you to the guards? Did you cause any trouble?
He did mention something about the guards, but we didn't stick around long enough to find out.
Okay, so we're avoiding that person from now on.
I think we all are for multiple reasons, but I honestly don't think we have anything to worry about. I think they were just happy that we left, so I think it was kind of one of those like
Leave or I'll call the guards.
Bygones are bygones at this point.
Okay, alright. Well, let's just keep it on the back burner of things to think about if we run into that person.
Noted.
Alright. Please. And just so you know, I'm making a big deal about this because I don't want you to die. If I didn't give a shit about you, I'd let you just fuck around and find out. I don't want either of you to die. Anyone in our party died, partly because I also don't want to die. But,
I don't want to die either.
So don't treat me like I'm the asshole for suggesting that, maybe we keep low. I'm not trying to be the asshole, I'm trying to keep us alive. You do see like a genuine bit of stress and like worry on her.
Mm-hmm. No, yep.
At this moment, we're going to call the game here, and we can see what's going to happen next week. Because players have to continue making their way, so we will find out what Brother Ralvik has to say next week, and see if it was worth the wait of the locating him. Till then, those of you who are tuning in now, those of you who are going to tune in later, please like, subscribe, check out all of our material, and check out the merch store. That's the best way that you can support us and allow us to continue making the wonderful stories that we do. Till then, have a great weekend, and we'll catch you next week. Say goodbye, y'all.
Have a good one.
Bye.